внешним кругом я ограничить захотел. Когда мне быть отцом, супругом, приятный жребий повелел, то верно, кроме вас одной невесты не искал иной.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Russian Dreams, presented by Dream Orchestra. You know, in many genres in music, I don't know which one is your favorite, but definitely for me is those melancholic and sad songs. If we talk about from pop to rock, classical music, in all those songs that really stayed with us and stays with us are those sad songs that awakens our true feelings and sentiments. And if you would ask me, then who would be the best composer, who gave us the most beautiful melancholic sad song, then I would have to say Tchaikovsky. So I'm so excited, and I don't know I should say it this way, but I'm very happy to present his best works. So we'll be going to present Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 5 and his beloved opera, Eugene Onegin. And at this concert, we are so excited to have a great Russian artist. So at this time, I would like to welcome Maestro Vladimir Chernov. Доброе утро.
Доброе утро.
Yes. How are you?
So I'm pretty good. Very happy to be here. Actually, my name is Vladimir Chernov. So
Vladimir Chernov.
Chernov. When we are going to sing Onegin, soon,
Yes.
Today as well, we're going to be very careful with accents,
Yes.
Because if you say Onegin, it sounds like French. Onegin, it sounds like Russian, Tatiana, etc., etc. Lots of foreign people, they do that. They try to change accent.
Yes. And this is very important because we are, we're talking about the Pushkin, which is the greatest.
It's a very, very serious and
writer,
profound tradition.
Yes.
In which Pyotr Tchaikovsky was actually a new person.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever before was courageous enough to pick the poem of Alexander Pushkin and write music on that. Because there are some interesting, almost, it sounds like dreams. Somebody got a dream in which Pushkin comes to the composer and he said, "How dare you are taking my already enough melodic poetry and you are trying to create your melody. It's nonsense. My poetry already enough melodic." So Pyotr Tchaikovsky was very cautious, very courageous at the same time.
That's right.
And it was huge risk for him to continue to written. And he said, okay, I am not going to write an opera genre, but lyric scenes.
And it's interesting how, when he composed this, after the premiere, when this was presented in other countries, such as Vienna or even at the Metropolitan and so and so, they translated the Russian to their own language. But if we talk about how important the language itself, and I think it's so.
I am not in the favor of translations. For just understanding, for meaning, for the public, it's important to understand. But I think the phonetic of the poetry of the language makes kind of magic impact to the people, listeners. So when we are singing Barbieri di Sevilla and translate it into Russian, it is actually different genre. Then it took me 1 year to learn it in Italian language.
Yes.
1 year, because the all syllables and accent sounds absolutely different. So back to Onegin, as we said, It's really one of the most beautiful non-operatic genre, but written for stage, for costumes, for that specific actual time, which is requirement of Tchaikovsky and Pushkin. That means costumes, all
yes.
design, stage, orchestra, poetry. So the challenge of Pyotr Tchaikovsky was about how to get the quintessence from this long poem and make it put it in 2.5 hours frame of time. It was almost impossible.
Yes.
And I think several since he did redone several times. Some music he just burned by fire, and nobody knows what kind of how it would sound. So whatever we have today, it's a really real masterpiece, which still attracts thousands of people. I think millions of people today.
Yes.
Onegin is making big jewelry for
Absolutely. And it's,
major opera
yes.
houses everywhere. And I've seen it in many in Spain, in United States, in different opera houses, in Metropolitan Seattle, and not only in Russia, in Italy as well. And as you said, it was translated. And I remember a recording of Matteo Battistini in which he's singing Onegin, aria of Onegin, in Italian language.
Yes.
Sounds beautiful and not really
Yeah. I mean, back
related,
then, yeah.
related to the style.
Yes. I mean, back then there was a trend, but thank God that trend is over. So today,
But
of
still,
course,
we have
well,
great, precious document,
Yes.
audio document, which is a great lesson for us. We
Yes.
are learning a lot. So, I hope our conversation will be remain in the history, especially thanks to internet today. This information could be open and available online for everybody.
Absolutely.
So I want just to make sure that we are not trying to teach you in this conversation. We are just, in the modest way, we are trying to make profound as much as possible
That's right.
presentation of this masterpiece.
I would like to invite you to our Russian Dreams, presented by Dream Orchestra. We'll be performing a Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 5 and excerpts from opera Eugene Onegin with Maestro Vladimir Chernov and the tenor Vladimir Dmitruk and soprano Golda Berkman. This event will take place on Friday, May 20th at 8 p.m. here at beautiful St. Monica Catholic Church at Santa Monica.
Когда пришли домашним кругом, я градитель захотел. Когда мне быть отцом, супругом, приятный жребий